Mirasee.
Hey, I'm Jim Padilla, and you're listening to Making It. I run a business called Gain the Edge, and we specialize in scaling companies with sales teams and then investing in them. I was born to teenage parents, and my dad took off immediately. My mother did the best she could with what she had, but a very abusive environment, and ended up in foster care as a teenager on the streets and gangs and in jail by 19. And I spent the first 20 years of my life just really learning how to read the room every single day. I literally spent every moment of every day figuring out how to read the room and bend people's influence to my direction so that they could see me as an ally instead of a threat. I always had to be 2 to 3 steps ahead of people to know how do we prevent the greatest amount of harm, right? How do we make sure that the environment for a transaction or for an opportunity is one that is done in a way that doesn't draw a bunch of attention, but allows you to be able to move people forward and get them what they want, right? While making it not be about me, because the last thing I wanted as somebody who was, doing illegal activities, I didn't want any attention on me. So it had to be all about them and getting them what they wanted. The first 20 years plus of my life was really one of just self-preservation. And so I learned early that, I had to do whatever was necessary to take care of me. And it wasn't really until I met my wife and recognized that I had value of my own that didn't require me to do stuff for people. And she showed me that I just had value in who I am as a human. And so once I recognized that I had value, then I started seeing that other people had value as well. And then, God took over from there and really started showing me that the more people I help, the more money I can make, the more impact I can make. Whereas I grew up living everything around doing whatever I could to make sure I had whatever I need at everybody else's expense. After I was in mortgage and I got out of the mortgage industry in 2008, I was a big part of the problem in mortgage, and we were putting people in bad loans that they didn't belong in because they get paid really well to do it. Until after the mortgage crash started happening, I met the daughter of a woman who we put into a loan, who she lost her house and was living in her car. And her daughter challenged me, and I wish she would have been more violent and direct. I wanted her to hit me or something, but she really basically just told me that I was a bad person. I was the devil, and I deserved whatever was going to come my way because of what I did to her mother and other people like her. And in that moment, I recognized that I've been living my life through a skill set that I had mastered, but I had been doing it all for the wrong reasons. And in that moment, I literally started putting together my sales process that took everything out, that left other people feeling bad and made me feeling bad, and left everything in that was of service to everyone else. That was the intersection of all this change and transformation. Because from that point forward, I realized I could help people sell. Even though I was no longer selling mortgages, I could teach other people how to sell, and how to sell from the benefit, from the advantage and the expertise, and in delivering a powerful experience that leads to conversions instead of showing up to sell a product. Obviously, this whole journey has not been just about me. It was an incredible union of my wife and myself. Our first 15 years of marriage together, I was the entrepreneur who was building businesses and crashing businesses, while she was the corporate career and the backbone. She had the benefits and the 6-figure salary and all that. And 2013, she stepped away. She said she's done running commercial retail and working Black Fridays and running teams and that, and she wanted to leave her career. So she jumped out of her business, and after a while jumped into business with me. And her lifetime of running teams, leading organizations, and delivering incredible outcomes from people who did not have any reason to deliver it. She was in a career where you have a bunch of part-time people, students, retired people, seasonal help. And she learned the magic of being able to deliver great outcomes from people who didn't have an invested commitment in the process. So she's a phenomenal leader, great structure provider. And the relationship we have in our business is that, I'm the visionary. I'm the face of the company. I bring the clients in and I make a lot of bold promises to the marketplace. And she runs our company and runs the teams that make those promises come true. The things that I have learned, an observation of others on this journey, is the clarity that money is not evil, as a lot of people think. As in the Bible, it says the money is the root of evil. And it's all about the relationships that you have with it. I have seen what living a life without blessing can be in my upbringing. And then I have seen what money has been able to impact so many people and give the ability for so many people to serve the world in such a way that change and transformation are always in existence, and that hope is always in play, and that every single thing that we want in this world is at our fingertips. And the only thing that prevents true success from happening is the fact that there hasn't been enough time for that idea to emerge yet. I have seen more people do more great things, and I have met so many millionaires and billionaires, and I haven't met a single one that is out for themselves. They've all recognized the fact that you get what you want when you help impact the world. You want to make more money, solve bigger problems, and help more people. And after a while, it just changes who you are. That just becomes your DNA. Making it feels like satisfaction, feels like peace. It feels like happiness and joy. It's a place where you understand that what you've been working towards is actually accomplishable, achievable. It's actually something that you can do, although making it changes form and shape all the time. And I don't know that it's actually something that you'll ever truly arrive at, but it is a journey that you're always on. The life that I grew up in, there is nothing about my past that indicates that I should have the life I have now. And making it to me just means that, I've finally come full circle from the guy who had to fight everyone and everything in life to now I fight for everyone and everything. And God's on my side. I'm Jim Padilla, and you've been listening to Making It. You can find me at my personal website, jimp360.com, JIMP360.com.
Making It is part of the Mirasee FM podcast network, which also includes such shows as Course Lab and Just Between Coaches. This episode of Making It was produced by Danny Bermant and Geoff Govertsen. Cynthia Lamb is a supervising producer. Danny Inney is our executive producer. Post-production by Post Office Sound. So you catch the great episodes that are coming up on Making It, go ahead and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now. And if you like the show, please leave us a starred review. It's the best way to help us get these ideas to more people. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.